So dear friends, again I've come with my new tips, my new suggestions for you to learn this language, But let me tell you one thing that, most of the students, they complain that in spite of putting their best efforts, they are not able to learn English properly. They are not fluent in English. So what can be done? What is the reason behind it? So today we are going to discuss all these things in this video. Stay tuned till the last, So the first thing which I would tell you, or you can say that I must confess this thing, that I am not a trainer. Nowhere I have claimed to be a trainer. I am just a teacher in a government school and I like this language very much. I am very much passionate about learning this language. That's all. And that is why I also want you to learn this language. Okay, so let's start our video with few things which I'm gonna tell you, and believe me, these things are really going to help you a lot. First thing, let's start with the 4 aspects of learning English, or you can say the 4 skills of learning English. They are LSRW. It means listening, speaking, reading and writing. Okay, so these are the 4 skills of learning English. So today we are going to talk about speaking only, because this is the most important skill for learning English. Okay, so first of all, you must remember one thing, that speaking English has become a kind of attitude challenge for students. The reason being, this language has been given so much importance in our country that it has become a kind of status symbol for people. Those who are very good in speaking English, they can do everything. They are given so much facilities of life and they can break the glass ceiling. And those who don't know how to speak English, they stand nowhere. So, first of all, you need to change this attitudes of yours. First of all, you need to understand one thing, that you have to learn this language with right attitude, with right approach to this language. Just remember one thing, that this is mere a language. You don't have to be so tensed for learning this language. You don't think it as a burden on your shoulder. Just don't push yourself to learn this language, Just learn this language because you love to learn this language. You want to speak English. You are really willing to learn this language. If you keep this attitude in your mind, really you're gonna learn this language very well. So the thing is that with your right approach, just move towards this language. Fill your brain, fill your mind with lots of English stuffs and put them in real world. I mean to say, put them in practice. So you are putting something as practice, and your mind eventually is going to accept that change. So all the time, if you are practicing something, if you are making your mind ready for accepting those changes, surely it will happen. And one thing you must remember, that you have to learn this language with right mindset. If you have the right mindset to learn this language, you can learn it easily, and in a very you will actually enjoy the process of learning. But remember one thing, that if your mindset, your attitude is not right, you cannot learn this language. You cannot go to your path, which is really very difficult. And so even if you are using the best method to learn this language, if your mindset is not conducting to to put that work into practice, to getting that work done, you cannot learn this language. So what you have to do, you have to develop a right kind of attitude and a right mindset to learn this language. So when you are start learning this language, just take this language as a language only. thinking in mind that I am not a native speaker. I'm not gonna speak like native speaker, and there is nothing to be ashamed of, you know. And this is not a big deal that I don't know English. I don't know how to speak English. So just take this language as a language only. Otherwise, you know what will happen? You will stuck between these, attitude and shape. You cannot learn English in your whole life. All the time you will be take it as a challenge that I have to show it off to others. I have to present myself, in front of other as a something great and big. You cannot learn this language. You can learn this language only when you love this language. You're passionate about learning this language. Only then this language can be learned. So don't bother for those people who laugh at you, who make fun of you, who mock at you. This is the right word, who mock at you. Just don't bother for those people. Just believe that at least one person is there in your life who really believes in your right effort, the effort which you are putting in learning this language. So just do your work. If you care for those people who laugh at you and who are going to mock at you, you cannot learn this language, because you have to go on this path alone. No one will help you out in learning this language. You only yourself can learn this language with your firm determination. Now the question is, why people criticize? Why people laugh? The reason being that this is a resistance for change, and this is very natural. This thing happens. You know what happens? You remember when new boy or new girls comes in your college, in your classroom, what happens? If they come up with some innovative idea, if they put up some idea, just think about the change they want to make in the classroom with some decorations or some presentation. What will be your reaction? You're surely going to resist, because you don't want change. People don't want change in their life. They just don't want to come out from their comfort zone. Neither they want others to do that. So that is why change is a kind of resistance. You yourself will not like if someone comes with innovative type of things in your life. They will criticize you. You yourself can criticize them. So the thing is that it's very natural, and just keep on doing your work. Don't bother about the people who laugh at you, who mock at you, who criticize you all the time, and who push you backward. Just take it as a challenge. So let's take an example of mechanical way of learning English. Just take example of a mechanic. What does he do? A mechanic can know, all the parts of the car or the vehicle. He can, take it out from the car or the vehicle and get it fixed again. So it is his work. He knows better about every parts of the vehicle. But let's talk about the driver. He doesn't know anything about the parts of the things, the vehicle, but still he can drive very good. The differences is here that, if we talk about the vehicle driver, we see that, he can drive very good because he doesn't pay so much attention on the technical part of the vehicle. In the same way, if you are giving so much importance to the technical aspects of learning, you're not going to learn anything. I mean to say that if you're learning towards this language is grammatical approach, you cannot learn this language. But one thing is there, that I'm not discarding this idea of learning grammar. Grammar is really very important for learning a language. But your work should not be grammar centric. It should be expression centric. It should be like you are learning something in a practical way of learning. Then only it's gonna help you. So every day you're gonna learn this language by giving your extra effort, by putting in the right approach, by learning lots of things in a practical way. I'm sure you're gonna learn this language very soon. I'll come with my next video very soon, where I will tell you that how can you improve your speaking parts, in a very beautiful way.